is the current analysis now saying game over? Because people all over the world have electricity. These truthers are everywhere. They're behind every fucking bush. They're everywhere. These truthers. They're every Venezuela and Mexico. Everybody is on their truthers from everywhere. Not just the first world. They're everywhere. So there's billions or millions of people all over the place. So and they all have electricity and can kind of expose this stuff. You can't really shut them down in Mexico or in Canada is one. And they're everywhere. They're all over the place. So I think it's game over because if they try or do anything, it'll be exposed. It'll be exposed and shown. And they kind of know that they're trying to shut down. They're trying to shut down the online videos and stuff. It's not going to be successful. They're not going to be able to. So it's a matter also of everybody, all the truthers and stuff, standing up for free speech and stuff. And you can't shut me down. And then getting strong enough and saying, no, we're not going to take it. You can't shut me down. Back the fuck away. And everybody keeping this stuff online and exposing it. So it's through the media and the communications it can be exposed. Because that's the thing with today that's very different from the past, is that in World War I they didn't have communications. There were almost no telephones. In World War II they had some telephones, but with the telephones just person to person. So you call one person, the one person answers. With the internet, the video, and 50,000 people, or even 100,000, or 1,000,000 people are all around the world watching and distributing the stuff. So within one day they can expose the stuff within one day, and expose what's going on, and people are learning it. And also, even if it's not videos, it could be print on the internet, text and talking about stuff. And so I think it's game over. It just appears to be game over for this guy. And that's the thing. It appears to be game over. Because I'm not big into that. Look how many are on there. Those guys get million views for those guys. The guy with the big nose or whatever the guy's name is. The other guy over there. And the other guy, So it appears to be game over for those guys. But they also do have some different sneaky stuff, like this or that, different kind of sneaky evil things. So they can pull out one of these different sneaky evil things, whatever, some other sneaky thing, like there's no water, a drought, or financial collapse, or some of these different things. But it will get exposed. The interesting thing is that then they'll get exposed that there's a financial collapse there, and it's done by those guys, and it'll get shown about what they do. So it really seems to be that there's all these different scams that those guys have, and if the truthers educate the people that there's those same group of guys, and they make all of these different scams, then people will be awakened that they make all of these different scams. So if you see scam number 7, it's them. If you see scam number 8, it's them. If you see scam number 9 appearing, it's them. If you see scam number 10 appearing, it's them. If you see scam number 11 appearing, it's them. So it's like criminals, they could, a criminal he could, try to rip off your belongings. He could try to burn your house or whatever. He could try to, kick your dog's ass. He could try to, kind of do all kind of different things, but it still points back to the same guys, So if people would be educated that those are the same kind of group and they have all these different things they could do, then it's the same guys, and that's what's happening, believe it or not, on the internet now, that people are talking about, oh, look at what's happening, the Illuminati's doing this, or, oh, look what happens, the Illuminati's doing that. Or oh, look what happens, they're trying to, Rothschild is trying to buy out this thing over here. That's why, for quite a while, their concern has been, since I guess the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, with the media companies and everything, the concern has been buying out these large media companies and trying to give a lot of entertainment and distractions so that people are not wised up to some of the string pullers who are pulling the strings and doing the stuff that kind of distract away from that stuff, because people are in general intelligent and they kind of may catch on to what some of these things are going on, a bunch of different things. But the truthers and many people, and I think it is game over for them. in a way, and they're laying low, like what the guy said, because these truthers are all over the world. In Argentina speaking English, and they're in Mexico speaking Spanish. Some guys in Mexico speak English. They're in Jamaica speaking English and looking at the same stuff. Kim.com is in New Zealand, and a lot of guys. So people are all over the place. So in this way, there's not much they can do anymore because it would expose them. See, if a criminal is known for being a criminal or whatever he's known for that, and then he robs a store, they're on to him again. He's robbed the store. Look, there's a store robbery actually happened, and that criminal has struck again. And now what is it? Now what is he up to? So when they do these bad things, it'll only expose them more to the truthers and the people who know about it. And in lots of millions of people, almost everyone is caught on. Not everyone, but about maybe 50% of people are caught on at this point. So if they do more bad stuff, they'll get exposed even more as to what it is. That's why I think it really is true that they're laying low, doing their real estate business or whatever, kind of come clean, doing a clean business. That way they're not doing anything wrong. And moved on to just collecting their money, handling their business, and normal businesses, not doing any of the stuff that exposes them anymore, because they'll just get exposed more and more, and people will start tracking them and getting them arrested and really cracking down on them, which is also happening. And George Soros and others are really, they're tracking these people and getting them arrested and getting them because they know the amount of crimes that these guys have done is a lot. I mean, serious, unbelievable, serious crime, like felony, like unbelievable serious crimes for a long time. So the people are really starting to track these guys, and I'm sure they're being tracked. So here's another interesting question. Are people tracking and seeing through the surveillance and tracking and seeing these Illuminati guys? Because there's a lot of people in the world that might be distracted and don't know. But the other 50% of people, a lot of people have woken up and are starting to, and I mean, it's amazing. You go on the comments and like this guy says, they know exactly what the fuck is going on. The other guy's like, that motherfuckers have been doing this for years, that motherfucker, and they know exactly what's going on. Other ones, they know exactly, but they have a different attitude about it, but they're saying exactly the same thing. They're saying, how many years is it going to take to lock up this guy? George Soros has been doing this and this, and then the other guy says, Soros is the master criminal. We're trying to find him. So everybody knows about the shit. And so the question is then, are people actually tracking where these guys go, and tracking where they are, where they're going? I think they're heavily tracked in some cases, or rumor is where they're going over there. Now they're over here, and like celebrities are tracked also because of the surveillance and the videos and stuff and the rumors, and when they're seen on camera, whatever. Celebrities, Michael Jordan is in Florida. He's doing a basketball thing. Michael Jordan is in Florida. And then okay, Michael Jordan is now in Chicago. He's in Chicago now. Whatever, Prince Ia or whatever is in Baltimore. He's in Baltimore, and they're tracking where he's going. So that's a big deal about which people are in which places. Because I'm nothing. I mean, I'm not a player in any of this. We're just the same as millions of other people all looking. But there's some pretty major players in this stuff. There's people who are exposing, and a lot of, and there's millions of these truthers who are actually exposing things. So, and there's people tracking these people. The thing about the kind of rich bad guys, or some of the rich guys, that they have money, they can do a lot of stuff, with the money. Some of the people who don't have as much money, they cannot do as much stuff. But the technology these days enables, and the people who are into it, there's a lot going on. So, but I do think it seems like it's game over basically for them, because they can't make any major card moves anymore without being exposed. So it seems like it's basically game over. And if they try to ban the free speech, they'll instantly be seen for trying to ban the free speech, trying to cover it up, and they'll be seen to try to cover it, and that's not going to happen, since it's also technically cannot happen, because there's BitChute and Invisalign and all these different things, and YouTube and Twitter and Mind and so many of these social media platforms. You can't really, they try to cover up. It's not happening. The red flags going on, finding who the ones that are trying to do it, and there's so many of these, it's hard to cover it up. And if they try to cover up one, it doesn't make a difference because there's like thousands of others which are exposing the same stuff. So it's impossible to cover up. So it looks like, because through the technology, it looks like that's what's going on. So because of the technology that people are using it to liberate themselves, it looks like it's game over. If it's saying game over, it looks like it's game over. They're basically legit. They're not doing too much evil shit anymore, and some of them are moving underground and stuff like that. But you know, I think there's limits to how much they can do. They have the harp thing to play with a little bit, but due to the amount of exposure of all the stuff, I think it's kind of game over. It seems that way.